Night City doesn't just reward muscle or firepower, sometimes it calls for moral clarity. In Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, the gig Heaviest of Hearts asks you to dig into power, corruption, and a father's shame. Today we unpack the lore and controversy behind the gig, the choices you face, and why it matters. This gig will begin once you've completed the mission Firestarter in the main Phantom Liberty storyline. From there, Mr. Hands will give V the assignment to meet his client Michael Maldonado underneath the Needle in Golden Pacifica. Michael's in some trouble. He'll explain to V that he was forced to testify against his own son, Eric Maldonado, by DA Georgina Zembinsky and her partner Hank Davis, after they tortured Michael for a false confession. He will tell V to go to the Heavy Hearts Club, where Georgina spends much of her time.
Some other time, maybe. Name's V. Heard you got a job for me.
Oh, it's you. Over here. Glad. Fixer said you can turn around even the most stock cases.
How hopeless we talking?
It's about my son, Eric. Boy runs a motorcycle repair shop in Haywood. Totally legit operation. Taxes, permits, you name it. But this DA, Georgina Zembinsky, she needs her pound of flesh. Wants to turn him into an example. That's where you come in.
Just like that, for no reason.
Why would she have it in for him? There's gotta be a reason.
She's the DA. If she wants a reason, she'll find one. Zembinsky said she's after some Valentino kingpin. Hector Sacristan was the name, I think.
What's Eric got to do with it?
Word is he knows Sacristan. Has heaps of dirt that could bring him down. But for that, she needs Eric behind bars. So, she forced me to testify. Now I need you to make it go away.
You testify against your own son. What kind of father does that?
It ain't like you think, okay? I really didn't want to. She showed me her so-called evidence against Eric. Wanted me to corroborate it. Was bullshit, every last word. 2 days later, came back with some badge. Beat the shit out of me, threatened worse for Eric. Then they put me in front of a camera and I told them what they wanted to hear. I was fucking scared. Just go talk to her. You know, the way you people do. Eric's a good kid. He'll get eaten alive in prison.
Not if I've got anything to say about it. Gonna find her. Have ourselves a little chat.
That's a relief. No hands wouldn't toss me some bush leaguer. You'll find her at the Heavy Hearts Club. Perfect place for plotting and scheming.
And you know that how?
That's where she invited me for a heart-to-heart.
On V's way there, Mr. Hands will text V to not cause too much trouble within the Heavy Hearts Club due to the fact that that's where he operates out of. So V's job is to go to the Heavy Hearts Club and find Georgina, then force her to delete the recording that incriminates Michael's son, or negotiate terms. But this is where the moral complications arise in this decision. First, V will need to get to the Heavy Hearts Club in Dogtown, and from there, he's supposed to do this stealthily. Now, the footage you'll be seeing is not the stealth way. I tried to do the stealth way, but it ended up being a little more violent. To do this properly and do it stealthily, V has a few different avenues. V can go and talk to the bartender, who will then tell you that the DA is most likely in the VIP booth, but that you should meet with a person named Jack in the bathroom. Jack has more information, but you need to pay him either 550 eddies, or if you're on the street kid life path, you can promise him some better connections in Night City in exchange for more information. Jack will then tell you that Georgina is probably in VIP room 4.
Looking for a customer of yours. DA Georgina Zembinsky. Know her?
Can't say I do, but if she's some kind of big shot, probably find her in the booth. Have to ask Jack, though, and him you'll find in the can.
As in, like, the shitter? That can?
Mm-hmm, where he does his biz, where the magic happens. Maybe he'll know her.
Okay. Thanks.
Watch it.
Listen, Jack, that Biotechnica suit's supposed to come tomorrow. And now? You know, sunflower guy.
Hey, what's good? Looking for something?
One for someone, they say, you know, folks upstairs.
Looking for someone. Girl tending bar told me you're the go-to.
Nah. Helen needs to learn to keep her trap shut.
Georgina Zembinsky, Night City DA. Ring any bells?
Nah.
I could call upstairs and ask, though.
You do that.
Oh, slow down. Times it isn't all that jazz. Dig what I'm saying?
There. Don't make me regret it.
Hey, no risk, no reward, right? Hey, baby. I'm looking for a client of ours. Georgina Zembinsky. Yeah, right. Okay, thanks. Michael saw her. Say she's schmoozing with some heavy hitters. Booth 4.
I'll check it out. Thanks.
V can also talk to one of the waitresses in the Heavy Hearts Club, and he'll be told that Georgina's probably in VIP room 4. The last option is if V has a high enough tech ability, he can break into the dressing room. And from there, he can find a computer terminal, which has a list of guests at the club. However, this is where it says Regina's probably in VIP room 6. Continue onward and disable any cameras and stealthily get past guard to get up to VIP room 4. From there, a man inside the VIP room 4 will tell you that Georgina is actually in VIP room 6. So once you finally make your way into VIP room 6, V will confront Georgina and Hank. They will explain that they need Eric in prison in order to help catch Hector Sacristan, a high-ranking Valentino's gang member accused of being a serial murderer that Georgina has been after for over 2 years. They will also explain that Eric is a gang member himself, being accused of various crimes. Furthermore, they will deny that they tortured Michael, and that his testimony was not fabricated, despite what Michael has told you, though he did receive payment for the testimony. To prove their point, they will show V a recording of Michael's testimony, where he says that Eric told him over a holocall that Hector shot a man named Marcos Ferreira and ordered his body to be dumped in the bay.
Need to talk to
Who are
about
you?
Michael Maldonado.
That drunk? What about him?
Claims he was forced to testify against his son. Need you to wipe it.
He wants me to... That cowardly two-faced sack of shit.
See? Told you he couldn't be trusted.
What exactly did he tell you?
Your goon here forced Mike Maldonado to testify.
I think he means you, Hank. Did you do any shock therapy on Mr. Maldonado recently?
Yeah, like I don't got better things to do.
Kidnapping, extortion, arson, armed robbery. Guess whose rap sheet that is? Eric Maldonado is textbook ganger scum. He belongs in prison. We just needed someone to help him get there. His father, Michael, didn't think twice about choosing Eddie's over his lowlife son.
And that justifies forging testimony.
So Eric's past justifies forging testimonies. Teach you that in law school?
This is the real world. You want justice, need to nudge it in the right direction.
Maldonado doesn't care about his son. He's scared Eric will find out it was his old man who snitched on him. Of course, I can make it so that never happens.
I'm listening.
Why don't you watch Michael's testimony first? Witness the truth yourself.
Final question. On May 16th of last year, Eric Maldonado contacted you by holocall. During your conversation, he admitted that Hector Sacristan shot and killed Marcos Ferreira. He also stated that Sacristan ordered Ferreira's body to be dumped in the Coronado Bay. Can you confirm this is what Eric told you?
Yes. Yes, I confirm.
Excellent, thank you. That will be all.
Michael didn't bat an eye when he accepted payment for that testimony.
Real entrepreneur.
I'll cut right to the chase. I'm offering to anonymize Michael's testimony. Eric will never be the wiser.
And if I refuse?
Wouldn't advise it. Wouldn't be, safe for you.
Fine, deal. Don't trust you, but that goes double for Mike.
And done. Testimony's anonymous now. Your client can sleep easy. Ah, well then, everyone wins. Except for Eric, of course.
As long as my client's happy.
Now here's the deal. Georgina will offer to anonymize Michael's testimony to ensure that Eric does not know that his father testified against him. And V must decide between two options. He can say, fine, we have a deal, and accept Georgina's terms. She will anonymize the testimony as she says she will, and V is free to leave the club and return to Michael. Or V can say, I don't believe you, delete the testimony. However, then Georgina will tell Hank to threaten V. But if V has a high enough body attribute, they'll be able to threaten Hank first. And if V does so, Hank will give in to V's demands and leave the room. Otherwise, Hank will attack V and you'll have to defeat him. Either decision that you make, you'll have to return to Michael, but your reward from Michael and Mr. Hands will change. If V did agree to Georgina's deal and the testimony was anonymized, then when he tells Michael that she removed his name and data from the testimony, Michael will be unhappy that Georgina didn't delete the testimony outright, and he'll refuse to pay V. But regardless of what V says here, he will demand that Michael pays him in return for V's silence. Michael does so, giving him 2,000 eddies before dismissing him. Mr. Hands will appear to be pretty unhappy that his client is unhappy, but if you do this gig without raising any alarms, he will give you the increased rate of 6,000 eddies.
Wait, what? Well, that's not what... She was supposed to delete it. Forget about your payment. This wasn't part of the deal.
Pay up. The money's Georgina's, not yours.
Oh no, you'll pay. Job's done. Besides, your son will never find out who squealed on him.
So? What did that bitch say?
Everything. And more. But don't fret. Your secret's safe with me. My silence, on the other hand, doesn't come cheap. Shut up and pay. Tired of just looking at you.
Now, if V got Georgina to wipe the testimony, obviously Michael is much more happy and you don't kind of have to deal with that back and forth. He still only pays V 2,000 eddies and then V can just leave. However, Mr. Hands is happy as well. And again, if you did not raise an alarm, you'll still get the 6,000 eddies, but if you went in guns blazing, you'll only get 4,000. But what makes Heaviest of Hearts stand out isn't just some sneaking into a club. It's about power and who pays. Michael's plea is sympathetic, a broken father desperate for justice, but Georgina claims she's chasing a serial killer who's a gang member, and Eric might have been guilty. So do you help a father undo a false case, or do you help the system hide its mistakes? While we'll never know for certain if Eric was involved or not, we do know that Michael sold out his son, regardless of the type of torture or intimidation or coercion that happened. However, Georgina isn't necessarily the upstanding DA. We do already know from walking in on her and Hank, there's a little unprofessionalism that goes on. You can find some hidden logs around the bar that describe some events where a beaten body was dragged out of one of Georgina's interrogation rooms, and you can also know that she did bribe Michael. He was paid off, but that obviously isn't an upstanding tactic that any DA should be using. So really, who do you truly believe? Was the father correct in selling out his son but then wanting to take it back? Or do you trust Georgina and what she was saying? And should you have allowed her to keep the testimony but scrub the name? In the Heaviest of Hearts, we see the same theme rise as so many gigs have given us throughout Night City and Dogtown's Phantom Liberty. Corruption in the justice system, the weight of testimony, and how those without power end up being silenced. So that's your breakdown of the gig Heaviest of Hearts. It's set up investigation, the choices and paths, and the moral stakes that come with them. In a city of chrome and neon, sometimes the heaviest thing of all is the heart that knows the truth. Which path did you take, and how did you feel afterwards? Drop your answer in the comments. If you like this deep dive into Cyberpunk gigs, let me know. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here next week.